Okay, we're at the, this is a document that's being shared with the prison mathematics project participants. It's basically a set of different types of competitive exams that students should be allowed to do without an answer key, of course. All right, but if you look at each section I have down here, this is set alpha, right? You notice there's going to be, it looks like there's going to be 9 sections there. And so certainly, I would pick things at random. Like, for example, let's say I want you to look at part C, which is the 3rd section. I go to that. You could print this out, by the way, on a piece of paper. It's certainly not fine to give to the students. And then the student would be expected to work on that problem. So they'd work on problem number 1, problem number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. There's 5 questions there. I'm going to say in most situations, it's under time circumstances. However, I'm not a big believer in making people watch a clock, right? I would rather have people work on something, and if they don't see it right away, maybe put it down for a while and come back to it later. So I don't really like that we time people to do things, but the world's different. The world is timed, right? We're in a finite space over here. So I would say you really do want to encourage students to finish this thing in about 60 minutes time. Now, what does that mean? In 60 minute times, they should have some of the questions answered. Now, certainly very well prepared students will have 5 questions answered. Poorly prepared students would have nothing answered. They'd look at it, they would have no idea where to start. All right? Now, but I always say people, if they can't get a question, after they try, and I'd say put more effort than 60 minutes into this. I would say this 60 minutes would be a good amount of time, but I'm not going to say you're going to get the questions after 60 minutes. But if you're well prepared, you should get the questions in 60 minutes. But if you're well prepared, you might be stumped. I don't know how he did that. I don't know how he got an answer to that. So what I do is I provide an answer key to each set, right? I should to almost each set. Some sets I don't, by the way. So in the little blue, I do the same question, a little blue area, I type up my solution to it. But again, for a lot of students, look at that, the blue area is of no help at all. So what I also do is I provide a little video walkthrough, right? So if you click on this thing over here, it says a brief solutions video. So if you click on this, YouTube video is going to open up. Let me just briefly go through that with you. And, what I would do is there's all kinds of settings. You could, the quality of it, you make it as good quality as you want. You could also play it at a different speed, like normal speed or maybe double speed, whatever works for you. Some people slow them down. You could also put subtitles in, all right, generate subtitles. I just want to briefly play it for you. So I'm going to play. You could blow it up too. Let me do that. Okay, so we're back to another competitive exam here. And again, if I were looking at this problem set, I would have to make a determination, what's the lowest hanging. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video there. I'm not going to play it for you, though. Now, I wouldn't suggest that you'd want to play it either. The only reason I would play the videos if you didn't understand how I went through the problems. You could do that. Now, another thing nice thing about YouTube videos is you can scroll these things to get to any section of the thing you want, if you want, all right? And again, you can change the speed of it. Now, when I do the problems, I don't do them in order. What I do is I look for the simplest ones first and then work my way forward to the most difficult problem. That's personal, though. What I see as being the easiest, you might see as being the hardest problem. What I see as being the hardest, you might see it as being the easiest problem. All right, let me just remind you that we're talking about this PDF document that, again, is being made to the Prison Mathematics Project participants. It's a long document, though. It's 305 pages. So again, if you go back to the table of contents, you're going to notice I break it into sections. Set A, there's going to be 9 parts to that. Set B, 9 parts, so forth and so on. You can see a bunch of sets. All right, you can look around. I'm not going to say any one set's better than another. You can look around, decide what you want to use. All right, I would say it's a good resource to have. It's a resource that could be used at some point when it gets vetted and I feel that it's been looked at by enough people and I get enough feedback and the errors are corrected. I'll certainly publish a document for a wider audience. All right. The videos are all up online now. They're all on YouTube. So, you can do a search on YouTube for those videos if you want. But again, all the videos that I say are on YouTube are linked throughout the document. So, for example, if you wanted to do, this set over here, let's say 3.4, and you wanted to look at that, you would see the videos over here. You don't have to search on YouTube. You just click this link over here, and that's going to bring you right to the YouTube where you could actually watch me, my chicken scratch, so to speak, do those problems. But more important is you try them on your own, and you have an answer key over here. You could look at my answer. And again, I realize some people look at an answer key, not just my work, but other work too, like textbooks, and they say it's enough work. That's why I do the videos, by the way. I show you where some of this stuff is going through, or at least talk through it. All right. So again, I hope this has been helpful. I do want to emphasize, though, that within each of the videos, if you're watching them, I also put my email address down there. And if you're watching that stuff, the email address will come up during the video. You can always reach out to me. And again, if I'm not overwhelmed, I'll get back to you. I'll actually get back to you if I'm not overwhelmed. Now, how could I become overwhelmed if these videos become popular and I'm getting like 30 or 40 people asking questions about it? I just can't do it. I just can't answer 30 to 40 people, by the way. Just cannot do it. But again, when this gets vetted, that means when people looking at it, I'll publish the PDF. That means available to a wider audience. And I also plan on publishing the LaTeX source to this. And why would I want to do that? For those teachers that want to do a mix and match. All right, they're looking around this thing to say, this is a good question, and I want to do a mix and match. And if you know LaTeX, it's easy to do that. You can certainly, copy the code, make a mix and match, do what you want with it. All right? All right. I really do appreciate you paying attention, and if you are following along with this document, I appreciate you looking at it. Thank you so much for your time and your efforts.